Hello ladies and genitals, today we're going to be discussing the Wonka Experience in Glasgow. So if you aren't aware of this situation, basically a London-based company called House of Illuminati decided it would be a great idea to host a Wonka Experience, which was marketed phenomenally, when in reality it looked like this. 35 Great British pounds, by the way. So you can imagine the people in attendance, well, they weren't best pleased. But arguably, worst of all, this wasn't even affiliated with author Roald Dahl, Warner Brothers, or the Wonka franchise whatsoever. The man with the plan was actually our follically challenged friend Billy Coull. No idea if that's the right way of saying it, but basically he is a man who also has another two companies alongside House of Illuminati, under the names Billy the Savage and Nexuma Holdings. He also has a clothes company, does our Billy, named Bank Hub? I'm butchering these words. Apparently this was a form of charity collecting money during lockdown. What a lovely and selfless thing to do whilst everyone's in a time of need. Now I'm sure that all of the money was used for right reasons and the owner didn't just run away with it. Surely it wasn't just taken by Billy Boy himself.
We've got more news about shady organizer Billy Coull, and none of it is good. So this guy has a history of dodgy scams in his Glasgow suburb of Pollock. He set up a community charity during COVID, which got a ton of donations and grants from the government, and the claims are he just disappeared it into his pockets.
Oh, he did. What a great bloke. But now we know a bit more about Billy, the modern day Willy Wonka. Let's learn a little bit more about his experience, shall we?
Local media in Scotland reported families were sold on a day of pure imagination and wonder. However, when they arrived for the experience, they claimed they just found a minimally decorated warehouse and one bouncy castle. The event, called Willy's Chocolate Experience, has now been cancelled by organizers after visitors complained of false advertising.
That looks shit. It's almost admirable just how shit it looks. Somebody actually ordered these decorations. They put them up, they stood back, they had a look at it and thought, yeah, looks good that. Absolutely class. Let's charge £35 a pop, shall we? I'm sure no backlash will come of this. This is supposed to be the recreation of a world of imagination. Instead, it looks like a recreation of Breaking Bad. But earlier you may have got a glimpse of these unfortunate actors, but as if they didn't look sad enough seeing the gloomy expressions on the sad paying customers' faces, there was also a pretty random character that just appeared called the Unknown.
Yes!
Yes, are you sure? What is that? It's the Unknown.
Surely that's just a little bit too creepy, maybe? After all, this scheme was made for kids and families. Not only are you ruining their day, but you're also ruining their night. There is zero chance any of these kids got any sleep for at least a week. That's enough to give me nightmares, and I'm an adult. And interesting to know, apparently none of the actors actually knew that the Unknown was going to feature. No one knew the Unknown was there. I'll get a little bit more into this character later because there is a massive twist in this tale. But the poor Oompaa Loompa actors here, well, one of them has actually spoken out about it all. Her name is Kirsty Patterson, and she actually made a TikTok video on the situation.
So basically, I am the girl from the Wonka event. I never wanted this to go as big as it was. I'm actually a very private person. Very private. I don't even really use social media.
Okay, that's, in my opinion, already a red flag. I think from Billy, Mr. Creator Boy, using people without any form of social media presence, I think he thinks that would mean there would be as little backlash as possible. Because if you hire an actor who has a following, well, you're quite likely to get them to speak up about it. Which hasn't really worked for him. It kind of shows us that he was fully aware of just how bad it was going to be. And also, if he would have hired a big actor, an extremely popular actor, they would have arrived to the set and refused. They would have at least kicked up a fuss. And I think this comment kind of sums it up. And let's be honest, if you arrived and you saw the big actors walking away, just not very happy, well, it would discourage you from entering. But let's be honest, that would be doing everybody a favour.
I do see the humour in it. It is really funny. My friends and my family we all are laughing about it. I laugh with the other actors about it, about how bizarre this actually has went. I don't even look like the picture at all. getting called a 50-year-old meth head is not great.
I mean, it's good that she can laugh about it, but not everybody can. Not everybody has thick skin like this. Not everybody can sort of laugh at people making fun of them. I know that if somebody came into my work and called me a 50-year-old meth head, well, I wouldn't be very happy. I don't think it would affect me that much, but I mean, I definitely would be taken aback. Because you see things like this, where people will go somewhere and take their anger and their frustrations out on the employees. Take the angry airline passengers, for example. They arrive at the airport and get told they can't go on their flight. But then they just take it out on the people working at reception like it wasn't their decision. And all the big bosses are nowhere to be seen. And that's what's happened here. These actors have been left to take the brunt of the fury. And let's be honest, if you're paying £35 a pop for you and your family to go to a Wonka Experience, you could have potentially travelled around the world. And you're greeted with a shed with a bouncy castle in it. Well, you'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
The whole thing was bizarre. The whole time I was actually, I think by that point actually everyone walked off set, but then I felt bad for the kids, so all I tried to do was try and uplift everyone's spirits and just have a bit of fun with the kids, and I think some of the people at the event could vouch for me for that. The comments are savage, very, very savage, and not very nice. I think people need to learn to be a wee bit more kind and realise that people are just human beings, and I'm just a normal 30-year-old woman from Glasgow.
I mean, fair play to her, if everyone's walking off, and rightfully so. She kind of knew there would already be a lot of disappointed kids, so she wanted to just cheer them up, because I'm sure Oompa Loompa's running away very, very unhappy. That's enough to ruin anyone's childhood. And she mentions being just a 30-year-old woman from Glasgow. She is literally local to the event, if you will call it that, so I'm sure she probably feels like she can't escape this now. This is her reality in the Glasgow area, so I guess fair play for doing this video then, because some people may have actually thought she was the organiser, because if she is doing a nice deed by trying to make sure there's as little disappointed people as possible, it may have come across like she was just trying to protect her investment. So maybe this video is her trying to clear her name.
I've not had my phone on for 2 days because this has just been too much. I do see the funny side of it. Not authorised my images going on TV or anything like that, so it's been a bit much.
So on a serious note, if you did want to go into acting, or you are already a full-time actor like I believe Kirsty is, this could genuinely be enough to destroy your reputation. Like, companies looking to hire somebody to act for them, they would do their background research, and if they search up Kirsty's name, this scheme will come up. So I guess now maybe Kirsty feels like this video is to protect her career. And that is such a sad reality when you think about it. All of this was somebody using AI to make a quick buck. And these people who had to be the ones to upset the attendees, well, they'll be the ones that suffer the brunt of it long term. But we can already see that from the charity incident that Billy doesn't care about his public image. Well, apparently he had to shut down his LinkedIn, so I guess maybe he does. But either way, these people are the innocent ones who are having their reputation tarnished. I really hope for their sake there is some form of compensation, because this just, well, it's just not fair.
It's not me at all. I'm not a social media gal. I'm pretty chill, I'm pretty laid back. Yeah, this is just a bit bizarre. But yeah, I do, honestly, it is funny, and I've laughed so much at it as well. The other actors have laughed so much at it as well. But yeah, just looking at the Twitter comments, it's just like, wow. Wow. Mental.
Okay, I guess props to her for being able to see the funny side of all of this. I know for a lot of people this would have definitely been too much. But earlier on I mentioned about another character. People seem to be calling it Unnown or The Unknown. Either way, it's just creepy.
What is that? It's the Unnown!
I don't remember this part after Augustus Gloop, the great big greedy nincompoop, goes up the pipe. You can literally also hear the kids crying. Not only is this a massive disappointment for their day, their parents are going to feel ripped off, but now they're petrified. But loads of people have actually taken to TikTok to claim they are the Unknown. But I think the only believable one is this one I found here.
Hello, it's Felicia, and this is my official Unknown face reveal. So, yeah.
Okay, that's a child. I hope this is fake, because getting a child to do this job is actually really, really low. I'm sure she was probably offered a bag of sweets and a tenner, which to me kind of seems like taking advantage. But honestly, everything that I'm continuing to find out about this place, it just makes it all seem worse. But I guess at least it was a kid that was scaring kids.
Hello, I'm Felicia. I'm 16 and I am the Unknown. First of all, I am a ghetto, sorry to disappoint. Second of all, this is actually my real hair. It is not a wig. Third of all, don't worry, I have proof that I am the Unknown. Don't worry about that. Here's proof number 1, I suppose. This is me. That's some of the cast. Yeah, that's me. I still had my mask on at that point. That was actually after, like, this is when it was shut down. This is when everyone got told to leave. That was when we took this cast photo. I've got pictures of me. This is me behind the mirror.
Who actually thought this was a good idea? I'm creeped out and I even know the background. But yes, there you heard Felicia say that she is in fact 16. This guy hired a 16-year-old to scare people's children. Like, I'm not being funny, but you don't know how a parent's going to react when someone just completely out of the blue runs at their child in a strange costume. Like, yes, it's clearly a costume, but some parents might not want to take that chance. So to put a 16-year-old in that position is just weird. But it does actually get worse, because apparently the cast, or at least Felicia, claim that they didn't even receive any food whilst they were on set. I know full well from experience that on these sorts of shoots, whether it's a film, for TV, or one of these workshop things, that you do get fed by the organisers. That's something that's always factored in, especially when you're dealing with children.
And at this point, one of the Oompa Loompas gave me a bag of sweets because I had not ate the whole day, and I was sitting behind that mirror and I was sore, I was starving, and it was really, really lovely.
Okay, so this was clearly a shambles. You don't leave an actor, especially a child actor, to sit behind a mirror all day with no food and nowhere else to go. It's just so bizarre to think this actually happened. But just to reiterate, this is how it was advertised to people, and this is what they were met with. That is absolutely absurd. But there is a twist in this unknown tale. Yeah, that's right. Canon event.
Just when the Willy Wonka experience couldn't get any wilder, the Unknown is now getting its own movie. The mysterious evil spirit character had people in stitches, but it's now becoming the villain in the film due out this year.
I mean, I guess anything's possible these days. An absolute shit show happens and then people go, oh, you know what? Let's make an absolute shit show. All because a man with not much hair on his head decided to test ChatGPT to see how much money he could make. But whilst this is a very funny thing to laugh at if you weren't in attendance, it does go to show just how easy scams are becoming with the use of artificial intelligence. These people weren't to know that where they were going would actually end up looking like a meth lab. They were sold a dream with, let's be honest, quality posters, but then met with this absolute mess. Because, you know, maybe you see the price, you see it match the advertising, and you think, what could possibly go wrong? Well, apparently quite a lot. But to be fair to Billy, as much as I don't want to be, he was actually seen in attendance offering refunds.
We guarantee a full refund starting from Monday. Okay, if you do not receive the refund...
I'm going to call the police.
If you don't receive the refund...
Because you're now into liquidation, you're no longer a company?
No,
is that why you don't have pictures up of your stuff?
No.
It's actual photo shuttle stuff you've got up, so
we use artificial intelligence to also generate...
So you're a fake?
No, absolutely.
You're a fake, that's why you don't advertise exactly what the thing is about. That's what I said, there's not enough information about it on Facebook, nothing, or on the website.
Sorry, not enough information, but you still decided to pay £35. I hate to use the phrase, but fools and their money are easily parted. If you knew there wasn't enough information, why would you go along? I'm not saying they don't have the right to be annoyed, because they definitely do, but that was just such a weird thing to say.
So it's a scam. You've scammed children.
I've done nothing.
You've scammed kids. That's what they've done. It's a total scam.
If you could start using they, because I'm up to date with them and I'm on that camera and you're pointing at me and you're accusing me of something I'm not up to date with.
Okay, so now we're just pointing the camera at a random guy and blaming him. Apparently this guy is security for the building, for the actual venue. He has nothing to do with Billy or his Wonka experience. He's just contracted to this building to serve as security. And now he has angry parents filming him demanding a refund. But to be fair, I can excuse them for the head loss. I'd be fuming as well if I'd spent £35 £50 per ticket on this. But maybe don't shout at the man who has nothing to do with this.
So again, for the purposes of clarity, the
But he's for the company.
of Illuminati.
Aye, he's the company, that woman.
Refunds. Thank you for
Right,
your
we need
time.
it right. Thank you for your time. Do you think you're going to get rid of us? If you looked at the queue along here with people, parents and their children,
Very
we need it right.
No, you're no sorry.
Writing.
You're pal.
Sorry to my Scottish audience there, but I didn't pick up much of what the crowd was saying. However, I find it interesting to hear him say the House of Illuminati are going to be issuing refunds. There is one active person with significant control of House of Illuminati Limited, and that's Billy Coull. That's not to say he doesn't have people working for him, but like, come on, Billy. Just say you're going to be doing the refund. Just give the crowd what they want to hear. Just have a backbone about you. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free and it helps me out massively. And yeah, cheers. Bye.